Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. This week we're taking care of our garden. We decided to take care of some of those pesky weeds which we have been dying to get into, both in the front of our lawn, as you can see here, and in the back of our garden, which is in desperate need of some TLC. As you can see, the edge of our garden is also being burnt off because we have had some tarmacking done in our new built property. We are also going to be looking at our planter and putting some more soil into it, taking care of it and starting to plant. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we've got lots of different things to do and we'll just take you along. Here's James, happy as can be. So got the shopping bags and we're going to go do our shop in Tesco and then garden centre and a bit of gardening pieces. We've been really trying to prepare the garden. James has been spraying it, putting iron on it, and then some weed killer. So we're finally taking care of our stinky weeds. Yeah, so let's go. See you later, Stinky Winky. Really nice day today, but definitely not warm. Definitely not warm. Cold day today. Look at all the frost on top of the car. Ooh, sunny day. So here we are, just going to grab a trolley as usual and we'll do our weekly shop. We always shop in Tesco and don't really know why. I think just because like you find all the brands that you need. So and then I don't know, as that tends to be a bit too messy. So yeah, where is James? Oh, there he is. Doesn't that just make you really hungry? So guys, we just dropped home to leave the shopping in. Shopping's all done and now we're heading over to the garden centre. Yeah, what do we need to get there? Compost and...
Just compost and maybe some few other little bits.
Yeah.
See when we get there.
I'm desperately looking for tulip bulbs, so maybe we'll find some there. It should be really floral as well, or at least starting to get floral at this point.
It's going to be too floral yet, still frosts and stuff, so it'll be a while.
Yeah, but lots of flowers have grown at this time already, like daffodils and stuff like that, so we'll see. So here we are, guys. Which compost are we buying, babe? The multi-purpose. A bit of manure for you.
Farmyard manure. Farmyard manure.
Oh, guys, here it is. So this is the garden centre. It's starting to look a little bit more floral at this time of the year, but obviously not as floral as it could be. I'm looking for some tulip bulbs. I wonder if you have any.
The bulbs you buy in the autumn. So there's just,
Okay.
we have them out here in pots. There's a few left, but it's just a small one. So that's autumn. So if it flowers in the spring, you buy it in the autumn. So September again, they'll all be back in.
Yeah,
Then
okay.
these are all summer flowering bulbs that you put in the...
Okay, I'm learning.
Alright.
So it's too late, basically?
Too late for
Too
tulips.
late.
There is some out there, if there's even any left. But it's just the dwarf tulip, it's not the tall one. They're all gone. Yeah, they're all gone.
All gone.
All
Okay.
gone. Yeah,
So I have to buy them in the
September
in
and the
September
autumn. So
and
just like
then.
in the autumn and then the flower now in the spring.
So I grabbed something in there. We grabbed compost, of course. Then I got these little strawberries. Just wanted some normal ones because we do have like wild ones that James planted, and I've never successfully got strawberries. So, and they say you should sow them between February to April. So I still have time. Probably going to sow them indoor and then put them outdoor. And for our flower bed, I got a dahlia, like a bulb. So I have to read how to plant this one, and yeah, hopefully it'll work. Too late for tulips, which probably most people know that. I didn't know that. So yeah, you can only you basically, I think in September you have to
in the
put the
autumn
bulbs.
time you buy the bulbs in preparation for planting them in the spring. So they'll not have more in until September.
Yeah. So I missed my chance, but now I know. So next year a whole garden, literally every inch, will be just tulips. There'll be no grass, just tulips.
So we spent I spent almost £40 there. Like, you'd be surprised how expensive gardening stuff is, you know, like even your compost and topsoil and all. I need some more topsoil and compost to fill up my big planter, so that I have a good depth of soil for growing my potatoes. So 3 bags of compost, which are 60 litres in each bag, was £18, which I don't think is too bad compared to going around to some of the other like bigger garden places like B&Q and Homebase and all that there. Like, they're normally quite a bit more expensive, so it wasn't too bad, but it all adds up. And then I spent another £12 on some topsoil, so there's £30 alone just on soil and compost. And I'll probably still need to go buy a lot more because I have to do the overseeding project on our garden, so we need to put down some new grass seed and then cover it with compost. So yeah, it's all money, but at the end of the day, if you want to have something nice, you have to be willing to spend a few pound on it from time to time, and that's the reality of it.
So we're just about to sit down and have a bit of lunch. James is washing his hands. He's been doing a lot of work to his shed, siliconing around the windows.
And re-siliconing the windows, because the very bad storms we had, the force of the wind sort of pushed the perspex windows in a little bit and broke the seal of the silicone from the frame to the window. So
yeah, here's our lunch anyway. It's just some chips, goujons, salad and more salad. So we need to go to Screwfix and get more silicone because James has basically done only a half job on the shed. So here we go, back at it again.
this one.
Here's the silicone got, and then James likes these. They're like foreign people, like Russian people and Eastern Europeans eat them. They're like little cheesecake things. I don't know. It's quark inside, I think, is the kind of cheese, but they're very tasty.
Some people say cottage cheese or whatever. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't think it's cottage cheese. It's quark.
Anyway, they're nice, but you need to let them defrost. These are still solid, so I don't know if I'm gonna have mine now.
So here it is. But usually you have to let it defrost for a while because they come out of the freezer, and then the cheese inside is like a cheesecake. So here's what James is at. So you say the storm did this?
Yeah, you can see here, look how the silicone's broken. So I just need to scoop it all out like this.
Here's all the compost we bought as well. There's James still working on his silicone. So he's out there doing his thing, and I'm going to actually make an apple pie, a gluten-free apple pie. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and then it'll just be a matter of like doing a bit more gardening stuff out there. I think we might open up the packs of compost, set them in the planter, and yeah, I also need to plant some of my strawberries that I bought today. Next up, we're taking care of our planter. For those of you that have been following our channel, you'll know that this is a planter we've had for the last year, which James built. And for the first year, finally, we're putting some soil into it, and we're going to be growing some vegetables for the first time.
See, what on earth is this growing? What that is? I don't even know what that is. Present for you.
Thank you. When we went to the garden center earlier, we bought 3 packs of sterilized soil, which James is putting into the planter now. We also got 3 packs of compost. We had some additional chicken pellets just lying about from last year, so James poured that in as well. This is to add extra nutrients to the soil, which will hopefully help the vegetables grow. So guys, I'm gonna start planting my little strawberries. I've got 3 little pots, and they're actually bigger than 8 centimeters because the 8 centimeters were tiny. I'll show you. That's 8 centimeters. Far too small, I think. There's only 4 or 5 little seeds. So guys, look what we got. These are a certain type of potato.
Yeah, these are pre-seeded or whatever. They're
at a certain stage, aren't they?
Seed potatoes. They're ready to be planted, basically. I don't see that they're much different than a normal potato. You can just plant a normal potato, but we didn't have any, so we're in the garden centre and I just bought these anyway. So we're going to plant them at some point. I might not plant them today, purely because I just don't have time. I have a few other jobs to do, but I've got everything else planted. I have this year's all full of radishes, so I've got 2 different types, French breakfast radish and then just a normal radish. And then in this year we've actually got loads of wildflowers planted to try and attract some bees and things. So we've got loads of flower seeds in there.
Why are bees important?
Well, obviously it helps with pollination for the likes of my tomato plants because they flower, and then the cucumber plants flower too. So plus it's just good for your garden to have different insect life and stuff as well. And then I've just planted some spring onions over here in the very edge, and then the rest of this bed is going to be full of like carrots, parsnips, and then probably good half of it will be potatoes. So yeah, all the root veg and stuff is going to be in here. I've got it nicely filled up with compost and soil now. I think that's as high as I'm going to go with it, and we'll take it from there. We also got some cucumbers planted there in the house, some lettuce and a few other things. Ramona did her strawberries, as you saw, and we'll show you a few little things that are starting to come up at the moment as well. We've got some bell pepper that's started to grow, some tomato and some strawberries that have already come up since we posted our last video. So just 2 weeks we've already got some progress, and we'll show you that inside later.
So inside, guys, we've got, as you remember from our last video, there's this little kind of domey type of thing, and I think this one here, this is the bell pepper that James was talking about. There's another little sprout here that's growing, and this one is a tomato, so it started to sprout. And here we've just planted these today. These are my strawberries, 1, 2 and 3, and back here are 2 cucumbers that James has planted. This is lettuce here. And what's in this big one?
That's a different variety of lettuce.
Yeah, so basically 2 varieties of lettuce. Yeah, is this your
that's bell pepper, that's
yeah.
tomato, and this is 2 strawberries. They're scattered across. You scatter loads of strawberry seeds in, and then once they start to grow you can thin them out into individual pots. Those are alpine strawberries, quite small ones, and then Ramona got big strawberries, that's why.
So these are normal kind of strawberries that you would see in the shops.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now from my pie is also looking kind of okay, but the true test will be in the actual flavor. But here it is. My timer must have gone off and I must have been outside when it happened. So yeah, we'll turn off the oven and sometimes things don't look the part, but they taste the part. So even if it tastes okay, then we'll forget that it doesn't look the best. But that's gluten-free baking, as you know. It doesn't always go well around here. We have to get your verdict.
What?
We have to get your verdict.
Yeah, well, give me a second to pick a video.
No.
Record. Well.
Not even a second. How can you wait for apple pie?
Get out of it with your tail.
There's a problem with Mumu and the tail. The tail seems to go everywhere. In your pizza, in your Chinese food, in your apple pie. I think it's tasty, even though it doesn't look the part. But sometimes I forget what stuff tastes like that's not gluten-free, so To me, it's alright.
Best and most blemish-free harvest, and if you haven't got much room, well, we've got you covered too, because we will be planting up a few of these. And growing potatoes
Have to be into apple pie to enjoy it.
You need cream with apple pie.
Yeah, I don't personally like cream with apple pie, but I know some people do.
It's fine.
As always, thank you guys for watching, and if you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as it does really help our channel. See you guys in 2 weeks' time when we'll be doing probably some more gardening or something else. Take care and see you then.